6-minute, 7-minute tier 1 tower in enemy safe lane, then shift into mid with counterpull waves like 10 minutes. As long as you're able to use your exorcism and keep that rolling, you look very good. But if you're pressured or like tri-lane against, you can suffer a little bit.
And there's Tusk and Clockwork still left in the pool as well. But the Rubik is also still in. Got ignored in the first phase last game, then eventually banned. But this hero has been looking fantastic across the entirety of the DPT for every region. Everyone loves playing this hero in their pubs, and he just feels like he gets stronger and stronger. The chart feels great in the mid to late game. And speaking of heroes getting stronger and stronger and showing up everywhere, Nature's Prophet, another one on that list, will be joining us this time.
Yeah, and Rubik, another one of those heroes, very good in multiple hands. Could be that Maposhka, could be Mira, not quite sure where it's heading. We've seen plenty of position 5 Rubiks nowadays, even a couple of mid Rubiks.
5 seconds
but
remaining.
I doubt we'll see that come out here. That's been 9, I think, that's played it a couple of times, but I don't believe we've seen it in Eastern Europe yet.
Why do you think they want the Yadoro Nature's Prophet, assuming it's Yadoro's hero, instead of the Yadoro Lina?
I feel like it's just one of those things where Yatoro is so deep in like the counterculture of Dota 2 and not picking the meta heroes. He picks a different hero every game unless it's Ursa. He doesn't
shaved his head, guys. He's real punk.
He is. He's
counterculture.
He's got a little anarchy symbol, tattooed and badged to his leather jacket. He's got studs everywhere. I really think he's one of those guys that doesn't want to be defined by the meta. He wants to be the one defining it. I'm shaking my table and I'm getting so excited.
He has that affliction. He's like the people who just want to play the low tier hero. Like, oh, my hero's meta now. Ugh. I want to play it. I actually feel that. I do feel that way. My hero's too strong and makes me not want to play it as much.
Yeah, I genuinely think that's something that's in the back of his mind from time to time. But I also kind of see this as more of a collapsed Prophet, and I've enjoyed watching offlane Prophets more than the safe lane ones. That might be because the whole Hand of Midas controversy, but the Gleipnir Agnes build just seems like such a good offlane build, and you become the position 1 anyway as an Nature's Prophet. Why make him your position 1 when you can have 2 position 1s?
Don't listen to the FUD.
5 seconds remaining.
The fear, the uncertainty, the doubt. Yadoro won with a 9-minute minus last time. He went minus near and he won the game. Alright? They didn't include that in the little Nature's Prophet thing, huh? That was a 24-minute win. Okay?
Well, so the logic is, if you bought a minus on Prophet and won, you would have won anyway in what it was of Excalibur.
That's probably true, but...
Well, BetBoom, Beastmaster, so now we've kind of locked in the Beastmaster for Nightfall, GPK DP. Again, just reiterating that the potential for DP to be a Toronto Tokyo hero, but I feel like that's your 2 and 3 locked in. And then second phase is going to be your 2 supports?
Potentially. I don't know. I'm kind of feeling the Toronto Tokyo DP. I'm not going to lie. I almost feel like it's more likely.
Okay.
Simply because of the ability for that, like, I don't know, like secondary amount of push. It feels like it's a lot to do these 2 as core.
Who was it solo? It was
solo, yeah,
right?
For Hellraiser. It looked really strong too. And in that lineup, they had relatively weak pushing, I believe, and he actually helped secure a lot of objectives. Just with the ulti in the mid game too, like tier 2s and Roche felt a lot easier after some fights because he'd actually held on to the exorcism. Because he, like, if you think about how like a 5 DB plays, it can actually be kind of hard to use the exorcism and an engagement, but your silence is so strong. Your nukes are good. Sometimes you can even get a little bit of spirit siphon work going if someone goes on you. But then like the ulti was often remaining after the fights.
And it's ready to go push some towers. Spirit taking quite a bit of time here on this 4th ban. I mean, who you're up against? You're against Save and Toronto Tokyo. So I guess Clockwork is in their minds as an option to ban against Toronto Tokyo, unless they think like you do, DP could be 5. What's another Save hero? Because Hoodwink that they've already banned is an incredible one for him.
I mean, there's Earth Spirit, but there's Tusk is also still in. If we're thinking that, but again, that it tends to be these range heroes with the Beastmaster, as where this is probably going to be. I don't think we're doing like the position 1 Beastmaster or anything crazy here. So it's more than likely you're looking for the range heroes, and they'll get rid of that Lina too.
There's still Mirana out there as well, which we haven't seen.
That's true.
Quite she's kind of gone under the radar for the past couple of series in Eastern Europe, for me at least, the ones that we've been covering.
Fell off a little bit. There's also still Ricky if they wanted to do like a
Oh,
Like
God.
a 4 CM and like a 5 Ricky or something.
5 seconds remaining.
Or
And
the
the Ricky
4
Naga.
Marana and the 5 Ricky, yeah.
Yeah, Ricky, Moran, and Naga come in as your third picks.
Ooh, I kind of like that, you know? You're already up a game. You go Ricky, Marana here. You see if you can cheese your way a little bit of a win here for the sleeping dart.
Yeah, it would be pretty nasty, honestly. Like, how does Naga do against Nature's Prophet? Because I feel like Naga wins that no matter the stage of the game.
Yeah, unless you just get rolled because they just probably like TPs to a bunch of fights early and your
Yeah.
teammates are dying while you're still farming.
Of that
Speaking of
element.
getting rolled, where are the fat rolls? Where are these pudges? Because I was really enjoying all the pudge games that Western Europe had. I feel like I watched some of their
Team
replays, some of their
spirits,
games
turn to
live.
ban.
That's pudge popping up. I feel like we have not been blessed with much pudge.
Yeah, we really haven't, like, at all.
I gotta
Another
look.
hero
What
that's-
pudge have we had?
Getting ignored a bit.
In our region, we've had one. Is that one pudge?
A singular
10
pudge.
seconds
Oh
remaining.
wait, hold on. Sorry.
Who was it?
Wrong
Was
one.
it Krillat playing
That's
it?
not reading. We had
5
3 pudges.
seconds
My
remaining.
apologies.
Okay.
But yeah, he went 2-1. The old Virtus Pro and Nemiga each with a win, I believe. And yeah, and Nemiga with 1 loss. But yeah, more
Interesting.
pudge. When do we see pudge though? I guess.
Team spirits,
we
turn
had
to
it versus
pit.
like what the squishier mids, like the less racks and stuff. Tusk now does appear.
Sure does. Pretty good at getting it on top of the DP. Couple of elements of control here from Tusk and Rubik to catch out her before she gets off her Exo.
10 seconds remaining.
I'm wondering what lane they put them in though. I guess they're just keeping it open. But I guess you
5
want, if it's
seconds
one
remaining.
Prophet, it just depends where Prophet's going then, right?
Exactly.
One
Yeah.
Prophet, you put the Tusk with him, or just put the
Dire
Tusk with the
team
Prophet no matter what happens.
Yeah, both very
Mirana.
flexible. That's part
Hey,
one. Oh, part
doing
one.
Ricky.
I mean, the silence is pretty annoying for Tusk. I think Marana's just like the best 4. They don't have to go full out for the Ricky. They could, well,
10
no,
seconds
actually with Tusk,
remaining.
Awkward both gone.
5
Could they do
seconds
double range
remaining.
support and just do the DP?
Mid?
Yeah, well, I'm thinking like just do the DP 5 too. But then I'm thinking, what position 1 do I want right now? Because I'm
Team
definitely not getting
spirits,
Yadro's hero.
turn
So I'd have to be picking a mid right now. All right, I picked the
Teeny
tiny.
tiny.
Okay. Still very flexible.
Don't know where these heroes are going apart from Nightfall Beastmaster, pretty much. So Team Spirit need to show a bit of their hand now. I guess if you pick your
10
mid laner
seconds
now, you still got
remaining.
the option to flip the Nature's Prophet.
5
Heading
seconds
into that last
remaining.
bit. Who do they want? Like, what's
Yeah.
Is it Lal? Like Bloodseeker's banned by the enemy team, so maybe Pango would work out here for them.
Dire team banned.
I kind of want more team fight chaos and. Okay, so Wait, hang on. So there's one thing we haven't talked about is mid profit, which was
Yeah.
a staple for Eastern Europe for a long time.
Team
So
spirits.
that's a
turn
potential,
to
especially with
ban.
this position 1 TB now being picked for Yatoro.
Yadro TB.
Dire
Interesting.
team banned.
Okay. They're gonna get rid of the pure drow. I mean TB classics. I mean, we always bring up the PL because
PL, yeah.
statistically. And then, wasn't that Pure's like big hero when he was epileptic kid?
Team spirits.
Isn't that like how he
turn to
popped off in the
ban.
first place? Was just PL playing?
I don't remember.
I feel like that was like his #1 hero. Like he was just like crushing it on PL all the time.
Dire team pick.
You know, obviously that hero's fallen off pretty hard.
Now, lots of heroes to choose from. What is that final pick for BetBoom? Lesh, Naga gone, so we don't get that Naga Siren. Would have been very irritating to have Naga
Oh, I'm
Illusions
talking
and
about
Beastmaster
Nightfall. I'm
pushing.
10 seconds remaining.
Night-
Nightfall's
I
epileptic.
got my
yeah.
tags mixed up. Like I got King Slayers, I got
5
Pure, I got
seconds remaining.
Nightfall.
So many name changes.
Oh, sorry. But to be fair though, he was a sick PL. So you know, if he's whispering in Pure's ear right now, Nightfall's like, yo, bud, trust me, trust me. I was popping off.
Team
PL.
spirits turn to pick.
Monkey King.
But it monkey. All right, the monkey king.
Yeah, return to him. So what have they got now? They've got Raw, Wukong's Command. They've got tons of stuns. Every hero here with an element of control. Team Spirit. I kind of want a
10
Spirit.
seconds
I
remaining.
want Lal to be on an Ember or a Storm or something that can,
5
scout in the
seconds
trees,
remaining.
utilize the vision that Tusk and Prophet are giving you, and play the map while TB's farming a bit. But
What about
I worry.
Tusk mid?
Oh, that's good. Yeah, I worry about the greed. TB and Prophet, they are both position 1 heroes. No matter where they're playing, they are gathering a lot of the farm on the map. So this needs to be a Lal hero, or it's the Tusk mid, and this needs to be a mirror hero that plays actively the rest of them.
Now select your heroes.
Okay, we're just
that's
never
greed.
fighting.
That's greedy
All
as
right.
well.
It's time to win.
We're never fighting.
We've seen the rise of Kotl recently, but we've also seen Kotl get their camps blocked and do nothing at all for the first 10 minutes.
All right. This is gonna be something.
Я раздражительный.
So Toronto has taken the Mirana, so that should settle everything else down. Well, I guess that's not necessarily true, is it? Because they haven't
Tiny?
quite shown. The GBK's like, I don't know.
Do I want to play Tiny or DP?
Presumably, a 4 DP sounds kind of ugly right now. So I'm
Yeah, but
guessing
do
they're
you want double melee off lane though against a
10
TB
seconds
Rubik?
remaining.
I don't know if you have a choice. I mean, you could just.
5 seconds
I don't
remaining.
know. That seems kind of crazy though. Oh, they're
Hey,
doing it.
they're
All
doing
right.
it.
4 DP, 5 Mirana. That's an ugly support duo, I gotta say.
Парни, что он делает?
Like,
I
that's.
don't consider myself the best player. I
Oh,
don't consider
yeah.
myself the
A
best
little bit
player.
wonky. It feels like Team Spirit have the better all-round draft, tons of tower push, lots of ways to pressure the map with this TB, and they just profit. And I think really a lot of focus here has to be on Lal's Keeper of the Light. Do we have those camps blocked by sentries early by BetBoom? Do
Yeah.
we have moves into mid? A stray arrow or a toss back from GPK's Tiny could make this Kotl's life a little more difficult. But I love the support duo of Team Spirit. Tusk, Rubik just tick so many boxes.
It really does. I guess maybe because they just want GPK to get his blink and just like blow up Yadro and Larl and collapse and try and like instead of trying to like get a DP leveled and fight objectives. But anyway.
Yeah, before we get started, of course, we have a quick little video here from EGB. Welcome back to Game 2 between Team Spirit and BetBoom. And just to reiterate what we've been talking about the past couple of hours, it is top of the table here in Eastern Europe for Tour 1 Div 1 of the DPC. Both at 6-0 in series wins, as BetBoom did take Game 1 here in its best of 3. So Team Spirit looking to try and even things out, get themselves those additional 120 DPC points that are at stake here. And Trent, these two drafts, a little spicy from BetBoom, but I think Team Spirit, I'm leaning towards them.
Yeah, I think BetBoom have definitely shifted things up just purely for the lanes, as you said. Like they didn't want the double melee action happening there, but we'll see. Obviously, a lot of teams have lost their games in the lane, so you can kind of understand why they don't want to make that rough. But
Yeah.
the 4 DP 5 Mirana, it just does not feel very secure to me. I guess like it feels very difficult to make moves. Toronto has some okay setups. I mean, there's like Roar,
30
like
seconds
Tiny
to bat.
plays, and Boundless Strike even can be used to link an arrow, but it's not the clean setups that you like to see, and I think the pair itself just does not have a lot of synergy together.
Yeah, it's not like one of those catch and kill combos where you go smoke his poo and hunt in the jungle. They're going to be playing and holding hands with their core heroes, really, it feels like. And I think there's a lot on GPK's shoulders again as this Tiny. His Blink Dagger, I kind of like this Treads build we've seen from mid-Tinies, but you may have to bypass those and go straight for the Blink to make an action happen. See what he decides.
All right.
He's the one that really has to play into the side lanes. Monkey King wants to stay top, Beastmaster wants to stay bottom. They're not really migration heroes. They don't leave their lanes. They stay. They stick to it.
Yeah, and one
Down to
thing,
the other three.
as you were sort of mentioning, we haven't seen the rise of this Coddle. It's becoming more and more popular, but this is a Radiant side Coddle, and teams loving the Dire lately. Dire's been having more success overall. in Dota 2, and part of that is that early jungle, the ability to farm like 4 camps pretty easily, all next to each other. Radiant side's kind of ugly in that regard, especially for you think about how Caudle farms. Like, how many camps can he actually double hit? Just one set? Really? I mean, you kind of do a pull in the middle, I guess. It's not as efficient, though. It's not nearly as easy in comparison. You basically need, like, your ulti to do, like, cool double farming strats.
Yeah, it definitely doesn't feel as good as Dire. You're right there. Toronto Tokyo already losing his courier. Early days. Mira on this Rubik. Will grab it. So they do have that Rubik and Nature's Prophet lane top against the Monkey King and Mirana. And that means they've got the double melee down in the bottom lane, Tusk and TB. So I guess here, having Snowball, Shards, even just the tag team, you can trade more effectively against a Death Prophet in those 1v1 scenarios you create for yourself.
And I think part of the reasoning, though, would be the bounce back is pretty nice versus the Monkey King. You can actually like, ruin the Wukong's command. That's kind of why I sort of wanted a mid-tusk, even though I know Ags doesn't come out that fast anyway. It's always a fun one. So we'll see if that actually comes into play. It's a bit of a niche one, but between Telekinesis and the Blinding Light, you know, there's a chance, I guess, that they can do it. And when there's no Wukongs, it does just ruin the engagement for a Monkey King in most instances.
Warriors of the wood.
Yeah, super important tool for him. So far looking decent though, 9 last hits for Pure. Nature's Prophet sat at 5, so a few struggles here. Seems Toronto Tokyo doing a job very well. Killing off Treants, pinging away at people with this double Starstorm landing.
Radiant's bottom
Getting a
tower
harass in
is
there with a
under
boundless
attack.
strike. Bottom, they do use the Metamorphosis. Yatoro trying to kill off Nightfall. Now, a bit of a chase on to save, but it comes to a close. Beastmaster 10 last hits. Nightfall has had some spectacular games through the season so far, and this series has been no different.
Yeah, just right back at it. Hopping on to one of his favorite heroes.
Yeah, I mean, we talked about BetBoom kind of being best in slot across all of their roles. Team Spirit, you know, TI winners. They've got a lot of very skilled players here. I kind of wonder what they go on Nightfall. Tag team with the Shards, damage from the TB. It's a lot of punching onto the Beastmaster, and first blood will be claimed by Yatoro. Save could not live up to his name and keep the Beastmaster alive. I just wonder what the average MMR in this game is. Like 11k or something?
Yeah, it's a bit of a big one here. TP home from the NP up top here as Mira's left off to his own devices, but guess what? That just collapsed. Yeah, regen up. Anything that he wants back from home and immediately returning. So, but the last is for Pure. Like I said, still just doing great. 17 last hits right now. Collapse doing okay as well. And the wave is pulled out far enough that they're not being like bullied. They have the Treants as well, so Toronto Tokyo can't just like YOLO arrows, so you get 2 points from the Starstorm. He doesn't have good setup anyway. He's just trying to harass on Amira. Significant amount of his life there is mid lane as well, also being spammed out here by the Caudle. That hero loves to do, but
Yeah,
I'm looking forward to see how he's going to farm.
And clip the creep wave under tower, so he keeps the pressure onto GPK. Unfortunately, the tower aggroed on the Coastal, so he had to cancel one of his Illuminates early. So far, only 23 and 12. Coming out on top pretty heavily in that mid lane. Doubling up, I mean, if you count denies, tripling up on the Keeper of the Light, basically.
Look at that big punch. Caudle just wants to get his own. Singing his thing. He's not going to be denying any creeps.
I don't consider
He's just gonna be
myself.
so
I don't
bold.
consider myself the best player.
That is true. That is kind of insane that this is happening in a wave without summons. This looks like a summons lane. They have 13 denies.
Yeah. We had
I
those
feel like
Eidolon
Laurel-
denies. No. Oh, jump up the
No.
top. Mira. Struck by the Boundless. It looks like Toronto Tokyo with Pure should be able to kill the Rubik without too many struggles, but the Treant's irritating Pure. Needs to jump off the canopy and get in towards the Rubik while Collapse throws a few projectiles his way. A Sprout comes. Pure will be able to cut through with a Quelling Blade, but he's out of regen. Doesn't have anything left to give, and the final touches. Collapse gets the trade. Feed the trees. You can't jump on them.
Yeah, he tried to tree as well. He tried to use the Ironwood branch to block the vision before the last right click came out, but it didn't work this time.
You're right.
A nice fancy play people go for it, but that just costs you an additional 50 gold.
And now Collapse looking incredibly strong while Yatoro kills Nightfall but dies himself as Save stuck around. That done damage to him.
Looks like he might have bought out before going for that because he has like 0 gold, so might have been worth. Didn't get a chance to leave.
Yeah, and I guess every second you delay that helm on the Beastmaster is another 10-20 seconds while he's dead. He's not farming, and the pressure is off you. They might go back again onto save. Yatoro respawns and TP straight down bottom. Tag team doing an awful lot of damage to the DP. Pops the fairy fire, but it won't be enough. And the bottom lane for the Dire, always down a hero.
It's so much damage, even with the meta being up too, right? So once that comes back up, you can imagine it's gonna be very difficult for them to actually stick in this lane. As Pure body blocked and sprouted here.
Tries to cut himself through the forest. Another quelling cut and a jump to the high ground onto the treetops, and he's out of there. Courier nearly dies to the Nature's Prophet wrapping in from behind. It's not a comfortable time for Pure, needing to salve and tango back up.
And you're looking at it too, right? And you're like, yeah, he's got no points from Jingu because it's double ranged in this lane, so he can't really benefit from that. So you think about these big turnaround plays where you have the massive boundless strike for all the HP. There, he just has to try and escape and get into a salve.
That's a good point. Yeah, double range against that Monkey King working out big time. It looks like Lal has now evacuated mid. 2,200 net worth on the DP. Bottom of the cores, trying to start the stacks in the jungle. Really rough time for him though. Only level 6 on the Costal, while we see GPK Tiny halfway through level 7. Illusion is bottled. Finds a couple of bounties on his way down to bottom as Miposhka, close to death, gets away from the Spirit Siphon thanks to his shards, but with axes and a few more hits in here. Oh, the raindrops stopping that crit swarm damage. He does live. And GBK didn't make the full move. Doesn't come bottom, returns to mid instead.
Yeah, too many creeps coming in. Probably the right call. A bit difficult to actually bring down the Terrorblade in that moment. Didn't have the best power rune either, unfortunately, getting the Invis rune, or the Illusion rune. And Laryl just trying to farm, and man, it is slow going.
It's quite a challenge for him.
I mean, he's the same net worth as the Beastmaster.
I guess upside is Monkey King has been kept away from the creeps quite effectively by that top lane of Collapse and Mira. Now we get regeneration. Active rune o'clock, regen rune grabbed by Miposhka bottom, keeping save away from
body block by GBK.
Body block into the arrow, avalanche toss, combo down the Rubik. Freebie kill for GPK, and that's another step closer to Blink Dagger. 1,300 gold saved up.
That death, you know, space for Pure. He's called back up to the Nature's Prophet after being bullied a little bit at the start. Well, kind of like he was doing well, and the Prophet was doing well, and now he's doing well again. So they're just sort of evening up here. Looking to see whose support can make the play. There is a Boundless here into Arrow, but it's 1,000 HP.
Yeah.
And down bottom as well, Save also just pressuring onto Miposhka. Tense on both sides of the lanes right now as GBK makes the rotation.
She pressuring into him, or the turnaround going to pay off because Lal is here and a snowball forward, clipping onto Nightfall with the Illuminate. A lot of blast damage onto the Beastmaster while Yatoro turned around on with the Avalanche toss to get the TB. GPK, I don't know if he can get any more without additional assistance. Lal is a tasty treat. But I don't think GPK has got the appetite to keep on fighting. Shard, blinding light, pushes him over the wrong side of Igloo, and the Avalanche, well, snowball back. Actually going to catch out GPK's Tiny. Where's the TPs? Where's my team? Save comes in a little too late. Nobody else coming to the bottom lane.
Careful now.
Miposhka, they're just toying with them now. Save getting pushed around inside that tag team, but finally killed off after he takes down Save's life. Collapse joins in the fight right towards the tail end. And conclusion being tier 1 tower being pushed in.
Big Nature's Prophet moving even up top. Mira's still bullying Pure at the same time. Hit him with a Fade Bolt, driving him back to the tower. So they are going to hopefully punish this though as they're hunting for Mira.
For a 10-minute fight recap, that's pretty nutty, honestly. 6 heroes dying, 12,000 damage being done, but top lane, they're onto Pure and blowing him up with his Keeper of the Light. Boots of Travel and Earn, apparently all he needs. Miposhka and Mira want to Tokyo as well, but there are 2 leaps here for the Mirana. Doesn't use one immediately. Fairy Fire, double leap away from them. There's no telekinesis, but there is a Fade Bolt to finish the job.
I think Laryl misunderstood how this hero is supposed to work. Someone told him, yeah, you just, you do the stacks and attack. Just go and attack. Okay, I will go and attack. He is not farming stacks at all in Cobble. He's just showing up and blasting the damage. and it's working wonders. He queued up the Spirit Vessel instantly earlier, possibly
Dire's
also
top tower
partially why he
is
wanted
under
this hero,
attack.
like going right into Spirit Vessel versus the Monkey King, as well as a Death Prophet in case
Radiant's
maybe it wound
bottom
up being a
tower is
core.
under attack.
Kind of a cool option.
So go and stack became go attack.
Yeah,
Dire's
yeah.
structures are
And that's,
fortified.
you know, it was a language issue.
Radiant's bottom tower is under
Well, it's
attack.
working out for
Radiant's
him.
bottom tower
Maybe lost in
is falling.
translation, but he's found it.
Dire's top
Tier 1
tower
bottom, dead
is
to the
under
Exo,
attack.
catapult wave. As Nightfall with save, makes short work of that objective. Collapse doing the same thing top
Dire's
lane though.
top tower
So
is
again, one of these very even mirrored games where both teams are aiming for pretty much the same objectives on opposite sides of the map. Neposhka breaking up the staircase. They'll lead the charge with the Treants. Trying to scout out any vision that BetBoom has around here. But it is just the Mirana safeguarding a little bit of farm for Pure up top. Team Spirit, the ones coming out with a minor lead as this laning stage fully breaks down now.
There it goes.
TB right at the top of the net worth. But it's also a key time for BetBoom with his Blink Dagger on Tiny.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Good dire scan. Understanding, there's a number of heroes, 3 of them in fact, in that top jungle. So they'll smoke with GPK and Toronto Tokyo.
This is the turn.
This is the important part, right? If you find Kotal, it is huge.
Look at this ward though.
Pinata
It's gonna
effect.
help.
Avalanche toss
Dire's
into
middle
the
tower
arrow,
is under
perfectly played by BetBoom. First showing of Blink Dagger gets the kill on the map. Maybe Spirit, as they TP into mid, want to catch GPK, but he sidesteps the green arrow from Mira. Still zapped down as Yatoro with his meta takes out the Tiny. So mid for mid and catching save with a lift back into the sentry. My Shadow giving a little bit of safety, but the damage looks pretty good. The Spirit siphons enough.
Radiant's bottom
20
tower
health
is under
remaining.
attack.
Any more catch? The snowball. How's he
Oh, the
Dire's
ward.
middle tower is
He's
under
going for the
attack.
high ground vision.
I don't know.
Place that. Neposhka with the ward down.
Himself get a kill.
Dire's
That'll
middle
probably get
tower
dewarded,
has
but you know
fallen.
what? Yeah, you'll take it. Keep her off the map, keep the pressure up, and also drive Pure back a little bit here as he doesn't feel quite as comfortable farming even a small camp after losing Death Prophet. And, well, Nightfall trying to find some small gains down here of just doing some neutral, stacking the Ancients, and hoping to bring his team back into some relevancy here with the Vlad's coming up next for his Helm of the Overlord.
Starting to slip a little bit for BetBoom.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Neposhka playing very forward in that top jungle under. He's a little bit of vision, but the Dire has an obs
Dire's
on the
top
high ground
tower
as well.
is under
So they'll
attack.
punish him for his over-eagerness to scout them out.
Rolling stone.
What's Nightfall tipping collapse for?
You know, respect offlaners, you know, and their thing. Maybe he left him the jungle camp. That must be it.
I've got a feeling that Collapse tried to kill his Helm Creep and then he just, grabbed another one before it died.
That's usually a pretty good chance.
Yeah. And what's Collapse at now? Nearly Aghanim Scepter, 400 gold away, under a Hawk currently. And BetBoom not really in the greatest spot to go and challenge him in the jungle.
Now, I don't know if Dota Plus is getting a little bit crazy today, but currently 52% favor of BetBoom. Kind of interesting. Now, even with like a little bit of a gold lead here for the Radiant, a tower advantage, I believe, right? They're taking all 3 tier 1s.
Yeah, look at those odds. Definitely not in
Yeah.
line with it.
No, Dota Plus, on the other hand, is just like, yeah, no, BetBoom got this.
I wonder if Dota Plus knows their MMRs. You know, if BetBoom have like a 2,000 MMR difference over Team Spirit, they're like, yeah, they've got it. Who cares hero picks? It's all about skill. Nightfall. Oh, he didn't get the wall up in time, and the immediate snap into action kills him off. Does roll the Rubik for now as they collapse onto Wow. The actual collapse, the Nature's Prophet is going to sprout and TP away. Save under the Moonlight Shadow. Still sticking around with the Spirit Cyclones. The GPK aiming for another blink in potentially. He's just going to avalanche and blink away. Doesn't want to continue this fight. Save going to be left to the hounds.
TP's home, TP's right back. Red Sea for a kill. I don't know, this is getting a little out of control here.
Game 3 time?
What is Laurel now? 3, 1, and 4? Oh, there it is too. The eggs, of course.
Oh, the jump on Yatoro. Toss back into the arrow, but it's connected onto Neposhka, allowing Yatoro to sunder. GPK, the one being turned on. Dangerous territory for BetBoom to be fighting in here, and we are still yet to see Pure really get involved. Monkey King has stuck in that top lane. As we were talking about after the draft, Monkey King and Beastmaster, they stay in their lanes pretty much. Oh, just Prophet. He breaks the trees he's standing on. TP up from Lars, keeping the light pure, TPing home, and they've got no more stuns. Got the lift.
That was a long TP, right? He must have been going to a tier 2.
And then back into the mid lane, sort of Tokyo, blinding light, illuminate blast, Lal solo kills him. 6k lead emerges for Team Spirit here in game 2.
That was definitely a long TP. I'm not crazy, right?
Yeah, it looked like a long TP.
It had to be. There's just no way he was going. He must have been going to tier 2. Someone else had just gone to. That is painful. Oof.
Regeneration!
How do you get out and play the map now? Like, Beastmaster is stuck. GPK's tiny, has fallen a little flat. Had a very good debut of the Blink Dagger, but the next 3 rotations have fallen short. And
Oh yeah, that was a really long TP. That was almost 5 seconds.
you went into the combat log to check the TP.
Yeah, I went to combat log. He was like 4.5 seconds into that TP by the time Rubik got there. But that's why you keep going, you know? Some people were just like backed away, but he was right. I don't know if he just like checked, but well done.
Are scanning.
Big plays there for a huge pickup because he's just been AFK farming this whole time, trying to get that item before he fights. So making sure that he doesn't get away with that and has to spend even more time doing so is going to be really important for your team.
I mean, Pure just frantically farming top jungle. The rest of his team trying to crack open the mid and bottom lanes, but with tier 1 tower still pretty strong in the mid lane. And it's difficult for BetBoom to get there.
Dire
Team
are
Spirit
scanning.
smoking both of their supports. And one of the weaknesses we definitely pointed out of BetBoom is they can't do this. Their 2 supports not the best at smoking and rotating together. Whereas Tusk and Rubik, very good. If they can catch a glimpse of Save or any target around this mid lane, they die pretty much immediately.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Shadow. BetBoom sees Rubik. Blow up Mira. And Exorcism used up. Miposhka going for the TP home, but he's cancelled at the last second. Boundless Strike is there from Pure. Even though the snowball's going to move over towards the Monkey King, a couple more hits and a GPK Avalanche will secure the 2 kills they needed.
Bit of revenge there for Pure as he captures someone at the end of their TP. So haha. Bonus, and well, fortunate for GPK, that's another one for him as Tokyo grabbed the kill onto the Rubik with the Starstorm. So kind of like last game with BetBoom, this idea of just like maybe pushing a little bit too deep, getting a little bit greedy. Because I mean, I wasn't really expecting Team Spirit to have this much of an edge at this point in the game. Just the fact that Laurel was owning so hard and rotating, getting these big nukes for the kills really gave them a lot of space and the early tier 1 towers. But they still don't feel like they have the most like consistent form of initiation right now on the side of Team Spirit to actually go for these fights, right? Like what is their jump?
Yeah,
Rubik?
it
I
feels
guess
like
it's rude. It's Wrath of Nature.
Yeah, it's Wrath of Nature, but it also feels like they don't want to be the ones jumping to start team fights unless they know it's just one hero on their own. So
Yeah.
I guess their ploy is, you know, push out waves with Prophet and
Is
TB,
under attack.
and then you have the choice of setting up at Roshan as like a 5-man unit. I think that's Team Spirit's strength, right? A 5-man unit at a tier 2 at a Roshan. We're here, come to us.
Yeah, exactly. They should be like pressuring all the waves out, and then they basically don't want to force a fight until I feel like there's Scotty and like 2 more items on this TV.
Yeah, pretty much.
And until then, we're just farming.
Yeah, you just will help. And a pretty speedy Roshan here from Team Spirit.
Radiant's bottom tower
It
is
looks
under
like
attack.
BetBoom can't get there in time if they knew it was even happening. Another full star from Mira, another bad steal.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Bit of a soft push on the tier 1 mid with Beastmaster summons, but I guess cut short. GBK cuts the bottom wave.
Yeah, I was just looking at you with that.
Didn't hit that melee creep that's left to survive. 4th melee creep,
Radiant's
defend your
bottom
tier 2.
tower is under attack.
Like this, tell the others. This is a warning. Yeah.
Team Spirit, not even
Piggy
smoke.
coming.
Not even smoke, they're just walking straight through their own jungle. Swinging across mid, in towards the Black Dragon. And GPK, Moonlight Shadowed and TPing away. Good bit of a evacuation there by BetBoom, realizing that an Aegis TB was on the way.
And now they're gonna smoke up here. Team Spirit.
The first point of contact. up immediately. Couldn't leap because of the roots. Nature's Prophet with that ultimate, showing how strong this Ags Gluttony build can be.
Yeah, save.
Top
I think.
lane,
Oh.
do they have him? He's broken the trees again. Sure, the Wukong's and the BKB up, trying to fight back into collapse with the Force Staff away.
Radiant's
Lal
top
has
tower
saved
is
his Nature's
under
Prophet,
attack.
and they can quite easily turn. Keep the clicks on Pure, make sure he can't jump atop the trees. He's turned into one, but he dies. And back in the mid lane. Thought there was a go there. Nightfall's looking for the roar. With Yatra with Aegis and a potential snowball save out of Miposhka makes it a very difficult go.
Yeah. They were close to winning that fight mid as well, I think, and getting a few more kills onto BetBoom, but the silence from Save was clutch because, again, their initiation's relatively weak, but they do have good follow-up after the root. And the root came out on multiple heroes, and they were looking for like a snowball to plow over, ice shard them in, but the silence was there, ensured that the follow-up wasn't available there from Miposhka's Tusk. So, well played by Save, helping to stabilize things, but obviously losing your Monkey King makes things quite a bit worse here. Team Spirit just continue to farm. That is the name of the game.
Yeah, pretty much 4-1 odds now, but it feels like BetBoom have stemmed the flow of bleeding for a little bit. Net worth advantage was going 6k, 7k, climbing, now down to 4 and plateauing a little bit.
Dyer's
odds agree.
top tower
They've also
is
gone
under
back down a
attack.
little bit.
Oh, there we go.
3.7.
Yeah, it's been a good job playing this bottom part of the map, you know, just letting the first
Radiant's
Roshan
middle
slip,
tower is under
allowing
attack.
the Radiant to have it.
Dyer's top
But
tower is
Pure?
under attack.
Okay, across the treetops we go. Get away from Yatoro. This makes the game a little harder though. The challenge for BetBoom once they lose top tier 2, outpost, and control of Roshan gives Team Spirit a
Dyer's
massive
top
map
tower
advantage.
is under attack. Radiant's middle
Dave just
tower
lets it
is
rip.
under attack.
That's the thing.
Radiant
You're pressing tier
structures
2.
are
We're going for the ulti, but Yaro says tier 2. I raise you. In tier 3.
Jeez, he's going for it. Yeah, glyph
Radiant's
expended.
middle tower
So now
has
they only have a
fallen.
glyph if a tier 3 dies,
Dyer's
right?
top
They don't
tower
have a second
is
glyph for this
under
top lane. And tier
Radiant's
2
bottom
bottom,
tower
I
is
mean,
under
it's
attack.
slowly dying, but your base is about to be exposed.
Radiant's middle tower is
Not even
under
making a
attack.
move. Now the TPs. Oh,
Yeah, he's getting that permanent damage.
Nature's
He's
Prophet.
coming.
Thought about TPing bottom.
Radiant's bottom
He's thinking
tower
about it
is
again,
under
but
attack.
you've lost your range barracks. And Yatoro, a minute and a half left on Aegis, doesn't want to overcommit into that enemy base. Well, it looks like they're trying to catch out Save and Nightfall, but they've already retreated from that bottom lane.
He didn't even get the tower.
No, they didn't.
He popped ulti.
They're still alive.
What? That's no good.
Difficult spot to be in as BetBoom. So now you don't get outposts, you don't get to have that Beastmaster just plonking his summons and units in that bottom lane and shoving tier 3.
That
Mira leaping away from the top lane. Down the strike. Avalanche, another leap into the pig pole.
Oh, come on.
Pure is still chasing, but this is giving such an opportunity for Team Spirit to react. They've got outpost, they've got the ability to TP in with the Nature's Prophet. And Mira's given a free, bill of fresh health there to get away from top.
He has been pig pulling everywhere. He has no desire for any other neutral item. I mean, to be fair, it's either Dagger or Wrist Tool or Brigand's Blade. You might as well keep the pig pole.
Oh, Nightfall caught. Miposhka snowballed off the back of that root of the Nature's Prophet Wrath. Find the Thunderhide Lizard as well.
He's got Hawk too. Send out the birds.
Radiant's
Save down
top
bottom
tower
for a stun there is. They've got the root from the Gleipnir. Catch him as he was trying to TP out. So 2 kills.
Guys, TP.
Dyer's
That
middle
lead
tower
building for
is
Team
under
Spirit
attack.
again. Halfway through meta for Yatoro will allow him to shove into tier 2. It really feels like BetBoom just scrambling to find any bit of space they can on the rest of the map.
Has fallen.
Monkey King is farming enemy
Radiant's top
ancients
tower is under
to try
attack.
and keep himself relevant.
And he has an 8-second BKB. Tiny's a 9-second BKB. They need to try and find a forced fight inside Wukong's while there's no
Dyer's
Aegis. This
structures
is
are
probably your
fortified.
best chance. It's either that or you wait until the next Aegis to fight.
Scanning.
That's their glyph burnt now, so no glyph resets for 5 minutes here. Might be time to smoke out.
Got it.
It feels like they've got to make a play somehow.
Dyer's
Can't keep
top
letting these
barracks are under
tidal
attack.
waves of aggression from Spirit keep hitting you and your base.
I don't know if you can wait for the next Aegis either to be like viable on spawning.
Yeah.
Like that could be up to 5 minutes away right now. And I don't think things get better for you in 5 minutes. I think they just get worse.
Yeah, 5 minutes is another lane of barracks.
Dire's top
Going on
barracks are
mid.
under attack.
Team Spirit not falling for that bait, understanding the rest of BetBoom right behind the Monkey King. And Collapse is now taking up the little spot that Pure was trying to get.
I think they're going to lose it to trees, and terribly loses.
Yeah, there's no one defending it.
Dire's top
Team?
barracks are under
Your base?
attack.
It's gone.
Dire's top barracks has fallen.
Swoops.
Smoke time, though. Where's Monkey King? He's
That's
up
a weird
top.
smoke, though. Like, the Postgo knows, right?
Then
Yeah, he's just going to stand on top of these stairs. Hello? Oh, there's 4 of you here. The TB came next to jump, snowball, and you go. Watch goes down, buyback available. The TB from the high ground, raining hell upon BetBoom. Save gets off the ultimate, but you see how quickly they run away. They don't want to fight high ground with no vision into a meta TB. Rather dodge it, wait out that cooldown. Maybe start to think about playing mid to bottom.
There is an Invis rune here on GBK. They could go for something really cheeky. The sentry that's currently in mid is staying, but nope. He's just going
Roots and run.
All right, well, that wasn't ideal, but they got the Tusk, so that's fine. They might not have Exorcism for the Roche, depending on how things go here, as we'll find out in 30 seconds when that spawn's going to be. Is there any item coming up that can save this? Like, there's no Blink coming. The Monkey Scotty is next. That's pretty far away. And the Ags is far away.
See,
No, there's no item.
That's the weirdest thing about the support duo DP Miranda, right? Usually we're looking at a Tusk or a Tiny or an Earth Spirit. Where's their BKB? Where's their Blink? Where's their Greaves? Whatever it might be. And Mirana has a gem and Arcane Boots, trying to get a Force Staff. Might be a bit impactful. There's a Force Staff on DP. That's okay, but it doesn't feel like there is a fight-winning item there that's going to really save them.
Really doesn't. Feels like it's more on the core than this one. And it's a medium spawn on the Roche.
Where's that snowball going? Oh, it's onto the Black Dragon. Here's Monkey King. He's about to go in. GPK Tiny. Brings up Yatoro. Lincoln's got it. Power strikes there. The Wukong's command. It's a zoning one. Yaturo's outside of the circle and he's tumbling into the Tiny. GPK trapped in the Sprout and dead. That is a tragic fight for BetBoom. No Tiny for 45 seconds. And they'll be thankful that there's no Roshan for a minute. But this could be another push up to high ground, especially when the TB grabs a double damage rune.
Yeah, I mean, that was a pretty ambitious Wukong's command. It really did become a zoning one pretty fast there. Maybe they were hoping to get like a toss back or something and force them further in. I'm not sure. Maybe get a trade on GPK for Yadro or something, but the big blue dude is on your high ground. Your buildings are gone.
If they don't get the connection there, it's fight over. 3,000 health on Yatoro right now. Incredibly tanky. And he's got Hurricane Point and Sunder to play with as well. As we can see, Nature's Prophet is actually the leader in terms of damage done. Wrath of Nature, one hell of a spell. And basically a position 1 in his own right. 18,000 net worth on Collapse as he spreads wide across the map, making sure there are no waves reaching his base.
Why does he get plus 60 damage for 50 seconds? That's a really long time, guys.
Yeah, I mean, why does he have like the best stat game and base attack time, and he's a ranged hero? And
He must be Ice Frog's favorite.
he must be, yeah.
I mean, he's got the stat gain. He's always pretty relevant.
But just having a global TP, you know, you remove his other 3 spells, and he still has the best spell in the game.
And he just has the, what superpower do you want? You're like 5.
Yes.
I want to fly. I want to
Yes.
teleport everywhere. That's it. Ice Frog just made him first, and he just can't fix it.
Exactly. I can be anywhere I want to be. I'll TP into a bank vault.
I
He's gonna say the exact same thing. Oh god. Our brains were so wise when we were young. That still makes you a criminal, you know. I don't think I really considered the
Don't care.
consequences.
Don't care.
You get caught. They have cameras in there.
Wear a mask.
Where are they gonna imprison me? I'll TPF.
Well, look at the next prophet. He's got a scarf that's covering most of his face, and he's got like an eye patch.
Yeah. That's a criminal.
He is, yeah, he is ready for the life of crime. You're only a criminal if you get caught. He'll just keep you away from you. Now here's that Roche. The big man's back.
They need a
And the shard. They do. Where's the Ricky? Where's the sneaky little thief to come in and backstab? Nightfall's a little trapped up there with the shards. A weird approach to this fight, but they've got a root on the Monkey King. Stuck on the high ground. GPK's in towards the mirror. Rubik. Stuck. Initiation of Pure is absolutely stuck up there. Can't Wukongs, can't move, can't bite. Team Spirit, they're going to run over the team fight. Forced out onto the high ground for the DP. Trying to Cryptstorm back onto them, but GPK's stuck now. The roots and collapse, connecting on every target they need. A buyback from the DP now, but this is Roche wide open for Team Spirit.
There's something so funny about someone being on a pillar and Rubik telekinesing them up there and then just setting them right back down to the same spot. Like, there is nowhere worse for you to be. Like, I don't need this rush.
Good boy. I mean, yeah, Monkey King did 182 damage in that fight, and it's like on 3 and a bit of Maelstrom striking other heroes. There goes the outlay. Nightfall roars up the Nature's Prophet. Wukong's a beautiful barrel strike. Look at the kill off collapsing the Boschka. They might get the job done. The statue's getting the final touch. But here comes the big boy, Yatoro, ready to fight. Kill off save, the dieback of the DP. And now the move into that bottom tier 2 from Team Spirit.
That was a good instant TV from Pure. He recognized the situation. Okay, I got one. I'm out of here. It is a good trade, especially if maybe they YOLO buy back. They just probably push high ground right now, but there's really no reason to. They can just wait. Meta's up when Nature's Prophet respawns anyway, so they should just be planning for that wave to make it. So if you're BetBoom, go, be free, cut waves. So it's the only hope.
How do you get there? Your mid lane's on your tier 4s.
Alright, that's true. That's a bit of an issue, I suppose.
Can't escape the prison. And Yatoro having that chakra magic to lower the cooldown of Metamorphosis feels incredibly good. Something we didn't really touch on, because in the past it was a support keeper with a Terrorblade that would be just following him around. And you've got this mid-Koffel that can do a tremendous job at keeping Terrorblade up and running.
Я раздражительный, мне все бесит.
So good and tasty. Love it. Best chat wheel line from that team. Disconnected. Oh. Probably going to see some disconnects in a minute or so here from BetBoom.
I'm thinking so.
Because Pure on this treetop.
That's so scary.
Yeah, this is very spooky. Is he going to jump? Oh, jump.
I'm going to be all cursed with a Deadwood. Let him know.
Save it. Nearly straight up dying just to TB in his illusion army. Team Spirit very nicely spaced. He gets caught out. Wukong's the BKB's up. He's getting punched directly down. Collapsed though, and the toss back. Mirror dead. Pure still alive on 10 HP. Finally, Yatoro gets the job done. Sunder to play with. Zips it onto the wall. As Nightfall snowballed upon and dead. 2 gone for a minute here, and save with an Exo and a Spirit side. But he's trying to play forward with the rest of Spirit. But Yatoro's having none of it. Turns and slays the big tiny. And GG Call takes this to game 3.
Dire's bottom tower.
Yeah, they played pretty well this one.
Victory.
Yeah, it felt like they were taking the lead pretty early and not letting go. I mean, wow, that was kind of crazy.